Your imperfections and your uniqueness, that is the true beauty. My skin was my biggest insecurity, but now I think it's just the most beautiful thing ever.
My condition is James's medical chondrodysplasia. Hopefully I said that right.
It's a very rare form of dwarfism. There's 5 confirmed cases in America.
I'm Levi and I'm 1 in a million.
Being on stage is electric. I love it. I feel more alive in those 3 to 5 minutes than I do at any other time.
Right hand on top.
I don't see pole as just a sport or a hobby. I see it as a vehicle for personal growth and transformation.
In high school, I just tried to cover it up. I didn't want anyone to ask me questions about it. I didn't want to talk about it.
26-year-old Sarah has a condition which affects her from head to toe. Her skin is soft and fragile, which causes sagging across her entire body.
Ehlers-Danlos is a connective tissue disorder. It is a defect in our collagen makeup. All right, hopefully that will work. Collagen is the most abundant protein in our body. So it is in our skin, it causes it to stretch and come back to its original form. And my type specifically would be classical, and I also have the dermatose paraxis type, which is the more rare type.
As well as affecting her on the outside, Sarah's condition causes her hidden problems too.
I do have severe pain. I do get headaches as well. Definitely, I experienced my first really decapitating migraine the other day, and it was very, very painful to the point of I basically could not move. That is one of our symptoms as well, is chronic headaches as well as chronic fatigue. I'm always, exhausted. I have to make sure I get at least 8 to 10 hours of sleep to be fully functional for the next day.
As a child, Sarah's skin didn't sag so noticeably, but her condition worsened in her teenage years.
As I got older, it just kind of started to show more and more. I was about 22. I had really reached my bottom. I just was unhappy with my life. I was unhappy with myself, and I was unhappy with, I guess, my body in general. I wasn't living back then. I was basically living a lie because I wasn't being truly who I was. And that right there was just so sad because that's 22, 23 years of my life that I can't ever get back. You're okay.
Though Sarah's EDS presents her with constant challenges, she doesn't have to face them alone.
Ehlers-Danlos hasn't affected my love life at all. I have a fabulous girlfriend who has always encouraged me. She's amazing, and I love her to death.
Did you see my little corner over here?
Yeah.
This is my little corner.
The breeze, little.
And Sarah has all that stuff in there.
Yep, there's definitely a ratio.
We used to work together about 5 years ago, and we've been best friends ever since. And we just started a relationship. It's been amazing ever since.
Brady, you'll have to help me pick out my outfits on my rack, because I don't know which one to wear. I don't know. Okay, it's kind of between these 3. Should I try on the Asian one?
We'll try this one. I don't really see the disability or disorder in Sarah. I think she's just beautiful the way she is.
So Kai and Rosie are meeting us at the thing.
And she's come so far in the last couple of years. It's just been crazy how much things have changed. She's really come out of her shell, and she's done so many things, and so many opportunities have come from her modeling.
It wasn't about till the age of 22, 23 that I started to look at myself and my body in a completely different way. Just the uniqueness and the rarity and the way the lines form and just the art that is made from just the patterns that are there. It's amazing. It makes me so sad that I looked at it as just this ugly thing at one point in time.
Sarah's new, positive view of her body drove her to try to change others' perceptions too.
The Love Your Lines campaign was my first campaign that I had. It is a campaign that praises women's imperfections, from scars to stretch marks. They had published my story, which had received over 25,000 likes. And so that really right there was a pivotal moment for me because it clicked. It was like, I could do something with this. Like, oh my gosh.
Sarah has become an inspiration to others by proudly exhibiting her condition for all to see.
We started taking photos probably about 2 years ago or so, just using just a phone, like an iPhone. She's just so amazing. I'm so proud of her. I can't even imagine her not modeling because she's just so amazing at it.
My skin was my biggest insecurity, but now I think it's just the most beautiful thing ever. Personally, I hope that by getting out there with modeling, I am able to almost be the face of Ehlers-Danlos and raise awareness, because it is one of the most undiagnosed disorders out there as of now. I would say to anyone living with Ehlers-Danlos who was struggling that the support groups out there are amazing. You can always reach out to me no matter what, for sure. I will try my hardest to respond to you as quick as possible. You are beautiful, and you can achieve whatever you want and whatever your dream is, no matter what.
Sarah has changed her life, and now she hopes to change the face of the modeling industry forever.
We are in the generation of albinism models, we have melanin models, we have vitiligo models, we have plus-size models, and those are all fabulous things. But the one thing that we are really missing are people with disorders within our everyday commercials, within our everyday media. So my main aspirations for modeling would be to break society's standards and the mentality that they have for perfection, and to really show that it is your imperfections and your uniqueness that is the true beauty, and that's what needs to be celebrated.
Do you know why you're so special?
Yes, because of my rare disease, and there's only 5 genetically confirmed in America.
You're 1 in a million.
Yes, 1 in a million. I am 36 inches, something around there. 38 inches. My condition is James's medical chondrodysplasia. Hopefully I said that right.
Jansen's metaphyseal chondrodysplasia, or JMC, is a degenerative disorder causing abnormal bone development. And 11-year-old Levi is one of the very few people in the world who suffers from it.
There's about 30 known cases worldwide. There's 5 genetically confirmed cases in America. It's a very rare form of dwarfism. The body does not process calcium like it should. The bones get bendy and grow crooked. We call them wonky bones.
Levi's mother, Donna, is a nurse, and so could tell from birth that something was wrong with her son.
I realized right away when I had Levi and he opened his mouth up to cry, his gums were swollen, and I knew right away something was not right. He stayed one night in that hospital, and the next morning they shipped him to a bigger hospital that had an NICU to care for children that had issues. Levi was having difficulty breathing. They knew that he had something, and they said that he was like a puzzle, that they didn't know what he had.
Levi was misdiagnosed a series of times as doctors and specialists tried to solve the mystery of what was wrong with him. Finally, around Levi's first birthday, his mother found out the truth.
The doctor came into the hospital room and said, "I need you to sit down." And he sat me down and he told me that Levi had Jansen's. At first I said, "Are you sure?" Because we had had several misdiagnoses. And he said, "Yes, we're sure. It's been genetically confirmed by a blood sample." And I was relieved to have knowledge of what he had. But then it made me sad because the more that the doctor explained what was going to happen, it was hard. It sounded very painful, and I just knew at that moment that I was going to do everything I could for him to get the best quality of life for him.
Today, Levi and Donna are at the Nemours Hospital in Delaware, visiting orthopedic surgeon Dr. Mackenzie.
I've known Levi for 8 years. I first met him when he was 3. Levi has several problems. The most obvious ones are his height. He has a scoliosis, which is a curve in the back, and that can potentially cause a lot of issues and will likely need to be surgically treated at some point.
How it makes me different from the other kids at school is I can't play contact sports. It's because of my neck and my back, and the doctor said a head block could be catastrophic and probably who knows what it would do.
There's a lot of things that he can do, and we try to point out what's possible and what he can do.
Levi often misses out on things other kids take for granted, but he always does his best to remain upbeat in the face of disappointment.
Luckily, when I can't play, I'm used to it, so I'm like, okay, I'll just watch or whatever. But mostly my friends at school, they're like, okay, you can't do this. What else can we do? And we just think of something else that I can do.
Levi uses his wheelchair for long distances. He uses it mostly at school. We use a special needs stroller right now when we're out in public.
If you just walk to the counter there and come back, and when you walk, hold up your, there you go. Go ahead. The left leg, Mom thinks, yeah. All right, looks great. All right, let me find the big man, okay? All right.
Hi, Levi.
Hey.
How you doing, man?
Good.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Of course, mostly with this condition is pain. As the bones grow more crooked, it causes more joint pains.
Any problems?
Not lately, no.
No? So you have no pains in your legs or your back?
I haven't had too much pain in my back at all.
Not the same amount of activity?
I do swimming a lot.
Yeah?
I do a lot of fishing, which
Yeah, fishing isn't really aerobic sport, except for the fish.
yeah.
As far as Levi and his health, we've always included him in the doctor visits. We've always been upfront and honest with him. We've always talked about his health in front of him.
When I see Dr. Mackenzie, sometimes I have to do x-rays and other stuff. Like today, they had to do a mold for a back brace because my back is basically like a big S.
Throughout these checkups, Levi keeps his spirits high.
Let's see you walk down partway down and back.
And for Dr. Mackenzie, his progress is encouraging.
Okay, big guy. So you know what? I think your legs are looking pretty good. Do you think you could manage wearing a brace for a while? Give it a shot?
I'm just wondering, do I wear it every night and every day? Or
Yes. Yes, we'd like you to. Yes.
every once in a while, probably take it off to
Yeah, you
little break?
will run around or go swimming or play with your friends. Absolutely, you don't have to wear it then.
yeah.
Awesome. Good work. Good work.
Hi, Levi. Welcome back to the house. Always good to see you. So good. Hey, give me 5, huh? I'm so glad you made it up here. How was your trip?
Good.
Good.
I had a lot of questions. When we found out that Levi had Jansen's, I wanted to know, were there other cases? Were there other children that lived nearby?
Donna shared her son's story online, hoping there might be other JMC sufferers she and Levi could meet. It was a long shot, but amazingly, it paid off.
I built a Lego combiner. What? I built a Lego Transformers combiner for my friend to take down.
I'm Nina Nizar, and I'm the president of the Jansen's Foundation.
Front toss the head right off.
When we realized that there was something wrong with the boys, we got on the internet. Donna had set up a blog at the time for Levi, and I remember clicking on the link, and the first picture that popped up was Levi. I knew immediately, even before we got the genetic diagnosis, that this was the condition that the boys had.
Thanks to Donna's blog, Nina was able to identify that her own kids, Arshan and Jahan, had JMC too. So Nina reached out and arranged a playdate.
I'm gonna jump a bit. Hold on, wait, I need a shirt.
How long have you guys known each other?
2 years. Wait, I don't know. 3 years? 2 years? 2 years. 2 years. Thank you, Nina. Now this is where you would steer.
You guys like doing together?
Playing. Playing!
When you have a condition so rare and you have literally no one else out there that's like you, it's really important for the kids to get together. It's always easier to have somebody along for the ride, and I think they've become really great friends over time.
Levi has never allowed his condition to stop him making friends. And it's not just Arshan and Jahan he's popular with.
I was in the 4th grade last year. Even 6th graders knew me. They were like, hi, Levi, as they're walking by.
Plus, Levi's condition won't stop him from aiming high.
I want to become a rescue swimmer in the U.S. Coast Guard. If that doesn't go out, the armed forces do accept me, but they won't allow me in the Coast Guard or Air Force or Navy or whatever. I might just be a canine officer in the police. I caught a big redfish, about this big.
And Levi's optimism is infectious, inspiring his doctors and his family.
For 3 days on a...
Levi has lots of things to look forward in life. I hope that he will be an extremely functional young man who will have a very successful life.
My hopes for Levi in the future are that he grows up and he gets married, and I always joke and say I want him to graduate high school, go to college, and move out of my house one day. I want him to be a normal, happy, healthy kid. I want him to do as much as he can do.
Thanks to his family, friends, and healthcare workers, this young man knows just how special he really is.
I'm Levi Kristasic, and I'm 1 in a million.
It's absolutely impossible for me to sum up and categorize the range of people that I've taught. I've taught women who are grandmothers. I've taught lawyers and doctors, uni students, mechanics. The thing I love most about pole dancing is actually in teaching. It's about seeing people who came in with fear that they weren't strong enough, the change in them. I don't see pole as just a sport or a hobby. I see it as a vehicle for personal growth and transformation.
Discovering pole dancing transformed Deb Roach's life, a life which got off to a very difficult start.
My parents had no idea that I was going to be born without my arm. It arrived as a complete surprise. My mum went into shock. She had some ideas that something wasn't quite right throughout the pregnancy, and Dad and his friends would tease her, what if it's only got one arm? When I was born, that was the case. It was when I first came into contact with other children that it became very apparent to me that I was different. My sister taught me to fight, in case I might get bullied, that I might fight back. And I did, and I think that actually ended up making the bullying much worse. Accessibility, inclusion, and integration weren't a strong focus of the schooling system in Sydney, Australia in the 80s and 90s. I definitely wanted to have a go as a kid, but at school, kids were given the option to pick people to join their teams. I was always the last picked. I focused really on my academic and my cerebral pursuits and got very trapped in my head from my teenage years.
After school, Deb's path in life changed dramatically, all thanks to a simple suggestion.
It wasn't until my early 20s when I was working and a couple of my colleagues started to, they were going to the gym at lunch or going for a run and encouraged me to participate. I very quickly became very addicted. I tried everything. I tried Kung Fu, I tried yoga, I tried Pilates. I just wanted to give everything a go, and I started to feel really strong, really healthy. I was stage dancing and DJing at a nightclub event when I saw this double pole act. They blew my mind, and we were backstage and I said, "You lucky girls with your 2 arms and your fancy pole dancing, that was insanely good." And they said, "Have you given it a try?" And I'm like, why would a girl with 1 arm try and do what you guys are doing up there? And they challenged me. They said, "Why not?" It was a pretty good question. I was in the studio the next Monday and never looked back.
Deb teaches pole all over the world, including today at the London Dance Academy.
There are definitely some shock reactions, students that can't believe that they're in a room with a 1-arm pole instructor. There is also this beautiful thing that happens with the student-teacher relationship. I get loads of students, every class I teach, that forget to use both arms. I'm like, both hands, and they'll still be there, just with the one hand going, because they're mimicking their instructor. So that's very cute.
So basically I've learned how to do the inverts and the crucifix as well. It's also something that I really struggle with. I'm just a beginner, so it's really, really hard for me to sort of do all of these tricks and stuff like that. And she was really encouraging today, and the fact that I was able to pull through some of the moves was really great, yeah.
Left arm behind, right hand on top.
Things like climbing the pole took me a lot longer because my teachers had always trained with 2 arms. It was still a pretty new sport back then. So I was pushing them to keep trying to do one-handed things so that I might see and integrate that into my body.
All right, so inside arm is up. One more time.
I've never heard of her, but kudos, because I can barely do it with 2 arms, so the fact that she's doing it with 1 arm is really, really impressive.
As impressive as Deb's teaching may be, it's just one aspect of a glittering career in which she has climbed to the very top of her sport.
November 2011, my phone rings, and a lady called Natalie Tekanawa introduces herself as one of the people working behind the scenes for the International Pole Championships in Hong Kong in March. They said they had a disabled division.
Deb decided to accept the offer to compete in the International Pole Championships. It proved to be quite possibly the best decision of her career.
I ended up going there, I won. That's when my mind was absolutely blown. There was international coverage on a number of different platforms and recognition that I'd never dreamed of. Being on stage is electric. I love it. I feel more alive in those 3 to 5 minutes than I do at any other time.
Through pole dancing, Deb has gained purpose, recognition, and most importantly, a sense of empowerment.
I am a woman doing something taboo and reclaiming my body for me in a safe environment, and I think that that's a really positive thing. There are still people out there that believe it only exists in a strip club, but there are ignorant people all over the world. That's not really my problem. If they want to look at me and think, oh, she's a pole dancer, that means she's a stripper, more's the pity, because they don't get me. There is no limit to what you can do, just as there's no limit to the imagination.